Good evening. I thought I would show in this video, first of all, I finished tonight reading Sleepless Nights, this slim little, it's not really a novel. It's by Elizabeth Hardwick, Sleepless Nights. It says here, in Sleepless Nights, a woman looks back on her life, the parade of people, the shifting background of place, and assembles a scrapbook of memories, reflections, portraits, letters, wishes, and dreams. An inspired fusion of fact and invention, the beautifully realized and hard-bitten lyrical book is not only Elizabeth Hardwick's finest fiction, but one of the outstanding contributions to American literature of the last 50 years. So I finished that. I've been reading it for I don't know how long, but I finally finished that tonight. I thought I would show, this is Sunday. These are some the books I found at thrift stores last week. I found at a thrift store this biography by Antonia, Fraser, Mary Queen of Scots. She's written a lot of biographies. I have a lot of her biographies. See if they're listed here inside here. I don't know if they are listed here. No, they don't list them here. But she's written lots of biographies, but they don't list them here. Anyway, add this to my Antonia Fraser collection, Mary Queen of Scots biography. Found this novel. I never heard of this guy, John Weir, What I Did Wrong. I saw this at a thrift store, and what I liked about it was all the references to culture of the 70s. It says here, it says here in the back, Tom is a 42-year-old English professor haunted by the death of his best friend Zach, as he himself slouches generally and precariously into middle age, questioning every certainty he had about his identity as a gay man. What I Did Wrong, John Weir's long-awaited second novel, is powerfully moving, an often disarming, funny book about loss, character, and sexuality in the post-AIDS era. A survivor's tale in an age when all the certainties have lost their logic and focus. It is a romance that embraces its objects from an endlessly bewildering question of what it means to be a man to the enduring allure of New York City and all its maniac and heartbreaking grandeur. This came out, and this novel was published, let me see here. It was published first in 2006. And the guy has not written anything else. He wrote 2 novels. His first novel was, it's mentioned here, he wrote a novel called The Irreversible Decline of Eddie Socket in 1989. And he hasn't written anything else after this. But I liked all the culture references. I was looking through it at the hardware store, and it mentioned Allen Ginsberg, Guided by Voices, T.S. Eliot, Carrie Fisher, Oscar, Dead Man Walking, the movie, the Vietnam War. It mentioned all kinds of cultural things that kind of intrigued me. And it was only, I think it only cost me 60 cents. I found this memoir by Frederick Buechner, The Eyes of the Heart, a memoir of the lost and found. I just got this because I collect memoirs, and I have a book by him down in our library. One book by him. He wrote tons of stuff. A Long Day's Dying, The Season's Difference, The Return of Asil Gibbs, The Final Beast. Just goes on and on and on here. I don't know much about this writer, but I like memoirs. I found this this novel was first published in the early 20s. It was in French by Violet Trefusis. Introduction by Gloria Glendining. I can't pronounce the title. Broderie, Anglaise. I can't pronounce it. It's supposed to be, when I cataloged it in library thing, it was under lesbian literature. But I have biographies by Victoria Glendining. She wrote biographies on Trollope and a bunch of people. I have by her. Yeah, she wrote she wrote a bunch of biographies, and so she wrote the introduction to it, and that's what it was translated from the French by Barbara Bray. So I don't know what it's about, but and I found this novel by a Korean, I think it was maybe Chinese writer, Jiang Rong, Wolf Totem, translated out of Chinese by Howard Goldblatt. Wolf Totem, I got this for only 25 cents, and it won the winner of the Man Asian Literary Prize. So I got that. Then I got these 3 novels by M.E. Forster, Room with a View, Howard's Inn, and Maurice. Then I found the complete novels of Jean Rhys, Voyage in the Dark, Quartet, After Leaving Mr. Magazine, Good Morning, Midnight, and the Wide Sargasso Sea. I have these in paperback. This is only a quarter too. And then I found great books, My Adventures with Homer, Rousseau, Woolf, and Other Indestructible Writers of the Western World by David Denby. I found out when I cataloged this thing that I already had it, but I don't know where it is in my library downstairs. And then I found this annotated Sherlock Holmes by William S. Baring-Gould. I got these for $2. It's kind of annotated. It was first published in, let me see, this was first published, I know there's a new annotated Sherlock Holmes. This came out in 1957. But I couldn't resist it for $2. I've never read Sherlock Holmes. I've seen the movies, the PBS series Sherlock Holmes. I've seen the movies, but I've never read Sherlock Holmes. I picked up in August the letters of the man who wrote Sherlock Holmes, who was Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I picked up his letters. I'm looking for biographies of him. So that's what I got at thrift stores last week. I got a book coming in the mail tomorrow. Some novel I ordered, and that's about it. I've been, like I said, I've been cutting back. I really plan to cut back this month. I'm probably just going to limit myself to $10 a week instead of $20. As far as thrift stores, and maybe just cut it down to $5 a week. And when my wife is gone this month for 2 weeks, I plan to take a lot of my books, not a lot, but I'm going to go through my library, and I'm going to take a lot to a local thrift store to get rid of them. Stuff I just never going to read. I'm just going to have to make room down there. And I'm just going to go through my library and get rid of stuff. Stuff that I'm never going to read. Keep my collections, but I'm going to get rid of a lot of stuff. I thought about having a book sale, but I don't know. That's too much trouble. I thought about trying to sell them, but then that's too much trouble. So I'm just going to give them away. Why not? I didn't pay much for them. Like I said, I'm just going to start cooling it and just read what I have. I don't know why I bought what I bought last week. You get into these habits of buying used books and going to thrift stores. It's just, after a while, you just do it without even thinking. So yeah, that's what's going on here. Not much else to report. So yeah, this is a new month. This is October the 1st, 2017. It is a Sunday night. It is 9:13 at night here in West Michigan. And I don't have a clue what I'm going to do next. I'm probably going to read something. It's too early to go to bed. I don't watch TV. I've messed with the computer enough. So I could just sit in the dark. I don't feel like listening to music. So yeah. So I hope you have a good new week. And till next time, bye.